financial engines because of the problems these products have. But the concept is a great one. We know that there's a huge crisis in America today of inadequate retirement readiness. Millions of Americans are facing retirement age or getting close to it with insufficient money saved to prepare them for their entire lifetimes. And wouldn't it be great if we could create a product that provided a guaranteed lifetime income? That's Social Security, isn't it? That's what your pension check is. This is a monthly check you get in retirement that you can never outlive. No matter how long you live, you get a Social Security check. If you qualify for a pension, you get a pension check for as long as you live. Wouldn't it be cool if all Americans can do that? Well, guess what? In theory, that's what an annuity product does. Unfortunately, today's annuity products are so complex. They are created in such obfuscation and opaqueness that they simply do not deliver on the opportunity and the need that consumers have. And so I was happy to be invited to this meeting. I thought it was very grandiose, frankly, of this organization to seriously challenge this question of how can we improve the quality of these products in order to deliver to consumers a product they desperately need in their efforts to achieve retirement readiness. This event, there were about 100 people there, including the chief executives and other senior leaders of all of the major companies. All the major annuity companies were there. So were a huge array of the companies that are selling those annuity products to consumers. Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Franklin Templeton, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, Raymond James, T. Rowe Price, and AARP. They were all there. So the companies that are busy manufacturing these annuities and the companies that are busy selling them to investors were all in the room, and the highest senior level executives of these organizations. And they invited me to stand in front of them and say, what's your problem? Why don't you like the product? Now, I have to tell you, when I went into the meeting, and I had a lot of conversation with a lot of my colleagues and a lot of friends of mine about this upcoming meeting, and there was some skepticism among my colleagues and others who said, Rick, you're kidding yourself. And here's what it came down to. Was the goal of this meeting to genuinely tackle the question, what's wrong with today's annuity products? How can we fix them? How can we improve them? How can we persuade Americans they need them? Or is this just a false showcase where these executives want to be able to say that they invited Rick Edelman into the meeting to ostensibly talk about the weaknesses and failings of today's annuity marketplace, but they aren't really interested in fixing or changing anything. They simply want to know how they can persuade me to change my mind about their products and walk out of the room saying, we tried and it's because of his obstinance, and it's his fault, not ours, it's his problem, not ours. Which of the two was it going to be? And I was very hopeful and optimistic based on my couple of hours worth of pre-conference phone conferences with the leadership of the Alliance for Lifetime Income as to the structure of the event, the content they wanted to impart, what they wanted me to say, and what they wanted me to talk about. I had high hopes that the meeting would be, in fact, focused all day long on what's the state of the art of annuities, what's wrong with the products, how do we fix them, how do we improve them, and so on. And by the end of the meeting, well, let me just say this. I finally got up there to speak around 2 in the afternoon. We began very early that morning. By 2 in the afternoon was my opportunity to speak. And I began by saying that I was very,